if you want to create a quiz based on one of your videos, then obviously the first thing is going to be to upload that video to your library. And to get to the screen that you're seeing right now, you want to go to the studio navigation option on the left-hand side of Canvas. Okay, so once you're there, you see the screen where you have all your videos. And just make sure that you are in the My Library option, because if you have more than one class, then all your videos are going to be here, and that's where we have the option of adding quizzes. The alternative to that would be that you are in your specific course. So for this video that we're in the Canvas Studio course. And if you're there, notice that there is no option to add a quiz. So that's why it's important that you're in My Library, where you can see all your videos. And let's say I'm going to add a quiz to how to add a video to your library. That's a quiz that I want to create. So when you go to the three dots, you actually see that there's an option for a quiz. So I'm going to choose that. I've already started a couple, so that's why you see these here, but I'm going to start fresh. And I like to title mine the same way that I titled the assignment. And I don't want to hide question markers because I think it's nice for students to know where the question is going to come. Here's where you would just add a description about what that quiz is. So you get started, and you can play your video and then decide where you add that question, which is this blue teardrop kind of icon. But another option you have is to drag the blue dot to the spot if you already know which second you want to add that question. I know right there I'd like to add one. And your three choices are multiple choice, true, false, or multiple answer. So if I add a true, false question here, so once you have your question, you can even add question feedback. So if they get the correct answer, a comment that would pop up, or incorrect, or even general feedback regardless. I'm going to leave it blank. There's my question. Now I got a number 1. And if I just go forward and decide to add another question, maybe I don't want it to be true, false, so I'm going to make a multiple choice question. So here I've added my multiple choice questions, and I wanted to give general feedback on what the answers are, because the correct option is Screencast-O-Matic, but here is, just a little side note. So once I have that, I would say save, and then my second question is added. And here's how I create a multiple answer type of video quiz. And now that I've added all my questions and even added the ones that are not possible for multiple select, I've actually added shuffle choices, since very obviously my last two are the ones that cannot be chosen. So I'm hoping that when you see this quiz, they'll be mixed in. And I will press save. And that's it. That's how I would create the quiz. So now I would just I'm getting that error message, please ignore. I will create it. And right now, when I see my quiz, which is right here, it should have all my quiz questions. So the last step here would be for you to add that quiz to your assignment. So the way you do that is by first creating an assignment, just a regular assignment, not a Canvas quiz, because these are studio quizzes, which are confusing but different than the Canvas quizzes. All right, so we're creating an assignment, have our instructions, and this is going to link as an external tool. So students are going to see a box down below. In fact, you will once you're doing this as a practice student. And I like to tell students that they're going to see that assignment at the bottom, and I tell them that there's a box that reads load, and then I write the name of the assignment. So how do you add that quiz in? Well, you go to your editing options, and for submission type, you choose external tool. Then you have to find studio. So in alphabetical order, you go to studio, and you're going to need to find the video, which is in your library where you created those questions. And that is this one right here. It's going to show me any quizzes I've tried to make for it. But so I have exercise 2 is what I titled the quiz that you saw me create. I do select one more time and then loaded a new tool, and I give it a due date. And I can publish my assignment and show you what it looks like as a student. And it actually is not titled the name of the quiz, as I said earlier. It's titled the way that you've named the video. So I went ahead and changed that here in my instructions so that it matches. I said search for the box that reads load how to add a video to your library, and then here it says load how to add a video to your library. So if a student clicks on that, it's going to open in a new tab because that's the instructions we gave. And I had already clicked, so that's why it pops up like this. But you could see the markers for all 4 questions. So yeah, technically a student could skip around, but I'm not concerned about that really. This is better than just having a video, in my opinion, without any anything for students to do other than to watch it. And the thing here to remind students, or just for you to know, is that when students finish taking that last question, I'm just gonna, for the sake of it, go ahead and choose something and say continue. When they do that, so after each question marker, they see a check mark, but if they stop there, they actually haven't submitted their quiz. And some students will make that mistake, and then you'll see in the grades that it's not marked yet, or it will show in progress too. So what you need to tell students is to watch it until the very last second. So I'm going to mute and do that. So you can see that in the middle, you get this submit, and it's incomplete right now. That's my choice to submit it incomplete. It's going to tell students what the correct, or not what the correct answers, actually, yeah, it does what the correct answers are, and maybe read any feedback that you wrote for them. So now you know how to add a quiz to a video, how to upload it in an assignment, and even what it looks like when students have completed it. If any of this is confusing or you want to get a refresher, I recommend that you look at the Canvas quiz guides for teachers. They're quite useful.